Welcome, everybody, to the You Are Worthy Network. I'm your host, Steve Wormer. I'm excited to be with you today. What is today? Today is Thursday. It doesn't matter. I'm excited to be with you every single time we connect. And I want to thank you for being a part of the You Are Worthy Network. Whether you've watched 80 interviews, you've watched 10, or if this is your first one eventually, I just want to say thank you. And you may say, well, what is the You Are Worthy Network? What is that all about? I'll try to keep it short. You Are Worthy is a rebuttal to my previous and sometimes creeps back in unhealthy mindset. Anybody relate? Anybody relate to imposter syndrome? Anybody relate to negative, limited thinking? Anybody relate to lack of self-love or self-worth? See, I lived that way almost all my life. And I still can live that way. I don't want to act like I've arrived. I've not. I'm just growing like all of us want to grow. And so as I started to have more consistent victories between my ears and got it down into my heart, deep down in my heart, I said, I want to give back. I want to be a little light to a dark world right now. I want to bring some encouragement. I want to bring some hope. And so I bring on amazing people with amazing lives, amazing stories. And yes, a lot of them, if not most of them, have been very successful. And that's cool because that gives us inspiration, right? But what I think is even cooler than that is they have overcome things just like we have. They have been in the wilderness. They have had challenges that were sometimes unfathomable. And yet they persevered. They pressed on. And it only adds to their character and their story even more. That's what the You Are Worthy Network is about. And this is the time I love to remind each one of you, whether you're on top of the mountain, by the way, we don't usually stay there very long, do we? Or we're in the valley. That seems to last a little longer, but we don't stay there forever either. We're usually in the middle, right? Wherever you're at on the journey, I want to encourage you today that your story is not over yet. Some of the best chapters of your life are still to come. So take encouragement in that. Okay, with that being said, and you're probably like, Steve, get off your soapbox. You're not preaching today. Tell us about Michelle. Okay, I'll comply because
Mhm.
I want you to know more about Michelle too, because she's awesome. Michelle Pena is a functional health coach and founder of Wellness with Michelle, where she helps women increase their capacity, reclaim their energy, and thrive without depletion. After nearly 3 decades of building and leading fitness businesses, a life altering accident forced her to confront what years of pushing through had truly cost her. She now helps women regulate their nervous systems and heal from the inside out. She believes capacity is biological before it is behavioral. And that what looks like burnout is often the body asking to be heard. I'm intrigued. Michelle, welcome to the You Are Worthy Network.
Hi, Steve. It's good to be here.
Oh, it's so good to be with you. Thank you for joining us today. Um, yeah, but see, whenever I read fascinating bios like the one I just read, I want to dive right in and ask more.
Yes,
But I've
yes.
learned we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
See, one of the blessings I have is this group. The Lord has blessed this group to over 17,000 people in less than a year.
Mm,
People resonate with You Are Worthy.
yes.
But I shouldn't say but, I should say and. They're watching eventually, potentially from all over the world. Tell us, what part of the corner of the world do you call home?
I am from East Texas in a town about 2 hours east of Dallas called Tyler, Texas. So been in Texas my whole life.
Tyler, Texas, where
Tyler,
football,
Texas.
high school football is probably king, right?
Oh, yes. Football is very big here. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, that's I have not been to Tyler. I did not realize it was 2 hours. How close is it to the Arkansas border?
Oh gosh. I think like 3.5 hours.
Texas is huge.
Texas is big, yes. My son lives in Nashville, so sometimes we'll drive to Nashville. I know you're from Memphis, and every time we drive, I'm like, okay, we are flying next time. But the drive's not too bad, but it's a long drive. It's like 10 or 11 hours.
Yeah, that's a haul, and I'm going to be in Midland
Okay. Oh, wow.
next month, and I did not realize initially that it's 5 hours west of Dallas. I'm like, that's a 12-hour
Yeah.
drive. I'm like, yeah, I'm flying.
Okay. Yeah. Because once you go from Dallas to West Texas, it is like flat land.
It's
Yes.
boonies, it's oil
Yes.
fields, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You just confirmed I'm making the right decision to fly. So thank you. So tell us about your family. Who do you do life with?
So right now, my husband and I we're empty recent nesters, and I did not like becoming an empty nester. It took me a while to process it and realize. I think I was cleaning house one day, and I was just like all of a sudden it hit me like, okay, I'm an empty nester. But it took me probably a good 6 months. But we have three children. They're ages 26, 24 are our boys. And then we have a daughter who's 20. And my oldest son lives in Los Angeles, California. My middle son is in Nashville, and my daughter is in Dallas. So we're all spread out.
You are in the right location then.
Yes, they can always like fly into DFW, and then we're a short drive from there.
Don't get me started about DFW and the challenges there, but yes, from a location standpoint, you are correct.
Yes.
Um, so any grandbabies?
No, none of them are married and no children. So
Okay.
I have two dogs. I have two Cavapoos. So those have become my children. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. So how many years married?
27, almost 28.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us, since you're empty nesters, give us two versions of this answer. Give us the version where it's just you and your husband. What do y'all like to do for fun? And then when the kids do come in town, what do the
hmm
five of you like to do together?
Well, okay, fun is something I'm working on. I think I've been kind of a workaholic most of my life. So I don't know if I would describe myself as a fun person, but I have been working on it. So fun for me is great conversation. I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but I just love great conversations. And just being with people I love, that's fun. I like walking, I like reading, I like hiking. No, nothing crazy. I'm not jumping out of an airplane or bungee jumping. I'm not doing anything like that. And when they're together, we just always have a good time. My oldest son plays music, and my middle son plays music too. My daughter sings. So me and my husband have don't have a tune, but they do. So sometimes we'll all just sit around and listen to them do music.
Yeah, that's cool. Those
Yeah,
things
so
are
that's kind of
fun.
fun. That's
Yeah.
yeah. And we own a gym, so that could be fun. Like working out could be fun. But yes, I'm currently working on fun in my life.
To be honest with you, I'm actually wired quite a bit like you.
Uh-huh.
I like to go to the gym 4 days a week. I actually like it.
You get to see
I
people and talk and
see now that's where maybe
oh,
we
okay.
differ a tad. I will talk to them. Obviously, I'm a pastor. I'm going to be friendly,
Yeah,
but also I want to put my earbuds in and I want to get to work.
true.
Like
Very
like
true.
I'll talk. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, but like when it's time to work, it's time to work.
Yes.
Um, but I'm kind of wired that way too. Like I work hard. I like to read. I like good conversations. I like a good cup of coffee. Those things
Yes.
are
Yes.
maybe you guys are saying to me, not Michelle, like, hey, get a life, Steve. But those, it's sometimes it's the simple things.
Yeah.
I do like swimming. I do like the
hmm
beach. Those kind of things. But I love it that you guys are making your own memories and doing your own thing
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
I,
Um,
I was going to
yeah,
say, I
go.
think whenever you're growing something that you enjoy, like if you're growing a business that you enjoy, to me, that's fun because I get to see the progress from it. all the highs and lows. I don't know. I think that's fun.
Yeah, it I will nudge you gently in one area though, and
Yes,
if
please.
and if it
Please.
doesn't apply, just totally ignore it. I did have a business coach about a year ago
Mm-hmm.
tell me, now this may not apply to you. She told me, she said, Steve, you really don't have any room for fun in your life. You from the time the sun comes up to
Yes.
the time you go to bed, 17, 18 hours later, you barely have room to come up for air.
Mm-hmm.
And she challenged my thinking on in this whole area. She's like, I want you to pick up one childhood hobby
Mm.
that you have not done in years. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was so silly. And I was like, but I also recognized I needed to do things a different way. So I was open to it.
Yeah.
Plus I paid her, right? I'm like, okay, I'm
Right.
gonna
Yes, yes.
and long story short, I started collecting baseball cards again.
Oh, that's a cool hobby.
Matter of fact, I got, I got a couple right there.
Yeah.
Um, and I just got back from the store and
Ah,
buying five or six cards. Now, I buy vintage cards, and so I have to be careful because they can get
yes.
expensive. But I
Yes.
have so much fun just going in the shop and talking to the
Uh-huh.
guy and sifting through them,
That's
and
cool.
it brings back old memories. And you know what? I'm in there for
Yeah.
45 minutes to an hour, and it gives me a stress break too.
Yes. Yes. If anybody has tips on fun things to do, I'm all ears. I'm like, okay, like I said, I like to read. I like good conversation. I do like photography, so I've been thinking I want to pick that up. So maybe that could be a little bit of fun hobby. So
There you go.
I'll see
Yeah,
if I can squeeze it in my schedule.
you can do
I can do it. I can do it.
it.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. Michelle, those that watch frequently, they know what I'm about to ask you. And
Okay.
as much as I try to deviate away from this next little exercise, I just can't.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get in the time machine and we're going to travel back to your senior year in high school. Let's say your graduation happens to be on a Friday. It is Tuesday of that
Mm-hmm.
week. I want to know what your mindset was. Was it to this extreme of, oh my gosh, this is real? This has crept up on me. I'm going to miss this place. I don't know what I'm going to do in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I better get a job. Oh my goodness, I'm freaking out a little bit. Or the other end of the spectrum, are you kidding me? I got to wait another 72 hours. I've been ready to go for a year and a half. I
Yeah.
know what I'm going to do in the fall. I'm going to keep working this job this summer, or I'm going to get a better job in the summer. I know exactly what I want to do with my life. Let's go. I got the cap and the gown. I've got the class ring. I went out and got the beach ball, and I'm going to get that party started Friday night. Or are you somewhere in between? Tell us about where the mindset was.
Yeah, I'd probably be somewhere in between. I'm a nostalgic person, so going back, I probably was feeling a little sad, a little nostalgic about everyone leaving and going their own ways. I already had a job lined up for the summer. I think I worked at an insurance company in their filing department, for the summer, and I had already made plans to start college at a local junior college here that fall. So, I think being from a small school, I wasn't really, and now, I mean, our kids have the internet and social media. We didn't have that. So, what I think for me, what I thought my life would look like is what my mom and dad's life looked like. So, as far as like wanting to be an entrepreneur, I didn't even know that word whenever I was 17 or 18. I was just taking it one step at a time, just being what I thought I needed to be. So already had a job lined up, was enrolled in college. I don't even remember what I wanted to study at the time, but I did end up going to nursing school.
Okay. So, and where'd you end up going to school?
After I went to the junior college for 2 years, I took a break. I was working in a doctor's office at the time. I left the big insurance company job, and I decided I wanted to be a nurse. So I applied. It took me a little bit to get in, so I ended up going to UT Tyler. back then it was just a graduate school. It's now a 4-year university. So I went to UT Tyler. I graduated nursing school when I was 26. So it was a little bit later just because I had to put myself through college. And so graduated. I met my husband the same year I graduated, and he wanted to open up a gym. So I decided to not pursue nursing and we opened a gym. So and my dad thought I was crazy. And maybe I was, I don't know.
So okay, you went to
Yes, big,
UT Tyler, you
huge
went to nursing school, but you
180.
never
Did not
okay.
work. No, decided to go the entrepreneurial path.
Wow. So you're an and that I've interviewed a few people that are entrepreneurs right out the gate. That's pretty quick.
I think if I would have stayed in nursing, I would probably have been running something. I would have been in charge of something.
Or wanted to be.
Yeah, or wanted to be. I would not be. I don't know. I think I would have paid my dues and then probably worked my way up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love
Yeah.
helping people, so that's why I wanted to go into nursing because I just really enjoy helping people feel better.
Sure. So tell us about the fitness industry and your experience with it right out the gate.
Yeah, so actually I forgot about this until just now, but when I was in nursing school, I used to teach aerobics. It was called aerobics back then with the step classes, the high-low aerobics. I don't know if anybody watching remembers those days. So I was already in the gym world. I also became a personal trainer at the time while I was going to school. So I was working, going to school, and then doing the fitness stuff on the side. So the fitness world was already like a part of my life. It wasn't like something new to me. And yeah, so whenever my husband and I opened our first gym, we did not know what we were doing. Like we literally did not know what we were doing. We just kind of jumped in. I often joke like he's, what is that saying? Party in front and I'm business in the back. It just worked out
The
that way. The business mullet.
mullet
Yeah, the
business
business
mullet, yeah.
mullet, party in front, business in back. Yeah. And I remember there was through the SBA here, or they had an office here. They taught you how to do spreadsheets, how to put together a business plan. So I would go once a week. I can't remember this guy's name, but he helped me every week, like just learn how to really run a business. I should probably send him a thank you note. Yes.
Too funny.
But
So
it's
did
hard.
you
I
got
mean, the fitness industry is not easy. I mean, I think now I've seen a lot of gyms come and go over the years because we've been doing this. Well, we opened our first gym, I was 28, 27 or 28. I'm 54 now, so we've been doing this a long time. As long as we've been married, we've been in business together. And so you see a lot. You see a lot of things come and go, businesses come and go. And honestly, it's by the grace of God that we've made it in marriage and in business as long as for real, because it could be hard. And I think when times have gotten hard, I've always said, we love God more than we love each other. And I think that's the way it should be because, my commitment is to Him. And we're human, we're messy, we're not going to be perfect by any means. So I think just always, even whenever you go through rocky phases, always knowing that God is a constant and you can't see in front of you. You can't see like what's going to happen tomorrow, but it's just having that faith that no matter what, like he brought us here. And really in business, he's used us to impact lives. I mean, we've impacted more lives than what I ever could being a nurse.
mm, yeah, I really appreciate you saying that about loving God first, because if you're going to call yourself a Christian, you better love God first
Yes.
if you want your marriage to make it for sure.
Yeah.
And the gym thing, I can't imagine. I mean, there's the turnover, there's the hours, there's the cleanliness. I mean, I'm not going to say the name of my gym.
Yeah.
It's a nationwide one, and he's done a good job. The manager's done a good job of keeping
Hmm.
turnover as low as he possibly can, which is a lot of that's some of that's in his control and some of it's not with the bigger brands.
Hmm.
But it's like the end of every month, they're out of soap in the
Oh
men's
my God.
bathroom.
We would
And I'm
know.
like, that's the last thing I want to do when I leave the gym is wash my hands before I get ready to leave. And I've learned it's not their fault locally. It's
Oh, because it's
that
corporate.
it's a budget thing at the top. And I'm like,
Yeah. No,
but
I'm a big systems girl. We've got, I mean, everything's mapped out and I don't handle everything. I just oversee it at this point. But yeah, I don't manage people, I manage the system. So
yeah,
if we ever ran out of soap or shower gel, we might have about 20 cancellations.
yeah, it's a problem for sure.
Yeah.
Um, so did you guys open up multiple locations?
Yes, we did open up multiple locations. We started kind of by accident. Like I said, my husband, when I met him, he had a dream of always owning his own gym. He's always been into fitness and bodybuilding. And I've just always been the kind of person who was like, okay, well, let's do it. Let's just give it a shot. And so after that, we realized we were really good at it. And we grew our first gym in the early 2000s to 4,800 members. We were like the only show in town. Now there's a lot of competition. But I mean, it was just like we had the best time and it was fun. It was a lot of fun because out of the gym, we'd have people start bicycle clubs, running clubs. We had a bunch of community events. And then from there, we started helping two local hospitals or a local hospital put together fitness centers in the area. So we did that. And then we took a break for a little bit. And I don't know what we thought we were going to do, but we sold everything and took a break and we got back in it.
4,800.
That's a
Oh my.
lot, right? I'm like,
Well, and my
no,
my
right
my
now, our gym now we have like almost 1,500 members. Like that's a lot.
that's a lot.
The building was 20,000 square feet. And like I said, we were one of two or three gyms in town. But looking back, I'm like, that was a lot.
Yeah, my joke about those 4,800, I'm sure you have numbers on it, but like how many actually are there consistently?
Yes,
The joke I have with people at the gym is on New Year's, January 2nd, here they all are. I said, don't worry, it's crowded right now, but they'll be gone by February 13th because by Valentine's Day they're gone.
that's very true. That's very true. In the gym we run now, we operate a lot of personal training through our gym. So we have 10 personal trainers, and I've found that when you have trainers that are happy, their clients are happy, and their clients are
Mhm.
going to stay. So that helps with retention.
Yep, makes total sense.
Hmm.
So how long did y'all do the gym thing?
We are still in the gym business. So we took a break, I think 2000. We had a CrossFit gym too. We did that. 2000, we sold our big gym in 2013, and then we sold our CrossFit gym. We took a break for about 5 years, and kind of didn't really know what we wanted to do. So that's kind of a weird story. I remember thinking, well, God will show us what to do, but it was probably the roughest time of our lives because I'm like, well, what are we going to do? But and then we ended up opening this business that we have now right before COVID hit. It was in December 2019, and then COVID hit. So, yeah, you talk about having faith whenever you are operating a business. I don't know how people operate especially local, a business, right? Like we're not like a chain or a big corporate franchise. Like we're just local business owners. So.
Yeah. So tell us more about that business. What are y'all doing?
With the gym, like we service our local community, and then like I said, we have personal trainers. My husband and I are co-CEOs, and but we have a general manager, so I rely on him a lot to do what he needs to do, and he's great. He's young. He's like 23, 24 years old, so we love pouring into the young people and giving them a chance to really blossom. I think that's important. And I have this saying, I say this a lot that, when I get or stand before God, He's not going to ask me what I did with my social media account or what did you do with this. He's going to ask, how well did you show that person love? How well did you
Mhm.
love that person I sent to you? And I really believe that it is about love. I mean, the Bible says that they will know that we are Christians by our love. It's not how many times we go to
Mm,
church or what kind of clothes we wear to church. It's how well do we love?
that's it.
Yes.
That is definitely the priority without a doubt. Um, So where did you start getting involved more on a deeper level with women and, for lack of a better word, I guess it's trying to help them avoid burnout or recover from burnout? Am I
Yes.
using the right word, or is that word
Yes,
overused
I would.
now?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, burnout, I kind of feel like that's such an overused word, but women, we still, men and women experience burnout. And what I mean by it is biological before it's behavioral. Like it's all tied into our biology. Like if you are not hydrating, if you're not eating the right foods, that will contribute to you being stressed and your nervous system being a wreck. So I with my marketing, I'm just reframing it as that because it's not like, oh, I just worked 12 hours a day and I'm for 6 years and I'm burned myself out. You didn't take care of yourself. You didn't hydrate. You didn't eat your fruits, your vegetables, your protein. So I really help people put the foundations in place. And I target women because I can relate and I've been there. I know what it's like. Even as a gym owner, I know what it's like to be burnt out and to gain weight and not feel like myself. So that's who I help. And honestly, it's the simple things that we tend to overlook. I work a lot on gut health. So if people are having some digestive issues, I help with that. Nervous system regulation, really just calming down, teaching them how to, things to put in place to calm, to just to stay calm and not always be so reactive. But really, I start with the foundations of like sleep, stress, digestion, and blood sugar and food, nutrient dense food. So I started doing that whenever we had sold our last business in 2016, after I had experienced years of stress. Because even like I said, even though I was a gym owner, I was so stressed out. I mean, I remember when my kids were little, I would be up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning paying bills or whatever I needed to do. Now I don't even know how I did that, but you just do what you have to do. And yeah, so when we sold our business, it was almost like my body just like it knew like, okay, you don't have to stress out about this, but it's like my body kind of, I don't know if I want to use the word rebelled against me or whatever, but I developed a lot of health issues from like really bad digestive issues, hives. I'd get hives all over my body constantly. Um, I was just really run down. So I started focusing on myself in that regard, and that's what led me into health coaching. Because, as we know, sometimes you go to the doctor and you don't get the answers that you want, or you're told it's
Yep.
just part of aging. And I've been told that many, many times. And I think I just got tired of it because I was like, well, there's got to be, and this is really before, I think functional medicine was like such a buzzword, but I just started pursuing certifications and trainings because I knew if I could learn it for myself, I could teach other people.
Yeah, so tell us more about what's the word I want to use? So you're describing these symptoms of digestive issues,
Mhm.
hives, rundown. What's at the root of all that?
Yes, yes. Thank you for using that word. It's yes, because it is always what is at the root of your symptoms. Because we don't want to put a band-aid on it. We don't want to just
Mhm.
say, here, take this pill or do this or get a divorce, you'll be fine. Who knows what advice is being thrown out
Let's
there?
don't do that.
Yeah, so I have a root cause approach that I take. And I look at body systems like a lot of times it's always tied into your gut. Even before someone works on their hormones, we have to look at their gut health. So I look at how many times a day are you going to the bathroom? A lot of people struggle with constipation or they have like loose stools or they go back and forth. So I ask all the weird questions that people probably don't like to talk about. But your digestion and blood sugar are probably the two biggest things that I focus on. And people think, they'll say, well, I'm not a diabetic or my A1C was fine, but that's really not what we're looking at. We're looking at what is your blood sugar doing during the day? Is it spiking and dropping, or is it just kind of keeping a steady flow?
Is that what causes the fatigue? Is the spikes?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, I've experienced it myself, but I'm sure you have too. Like if you say you go hours without eating, When you're not intentionally fasting, yes. Or if all you eat is a donut and a coffee for breakfast, you're going to have a big spike and then you're going to have a crash.
Yep.
Um, and then honestly, when your blood sugar is spiking and dropping all day long, yes, you're going to be tired. And your nervous system wants to feel safe. So you're not going to feel safe if it doesn't know, if your nervous system doesn't know that it's getting a good solid meal, it can kind of send you into fight or flight if it's repeated.
Yep. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
It's confession time. I'm that strange guy that here it is, almost 4 o'clock my time. I will have my cup of coffee. Yeah, it'll have cream and sugar in it. Um, it'll be after we're done with this interview. I have coffee between 4 and 6 o'clock at night, but yet I sleep like a baby.
As long as you eat lunch, did you
We
eat
won't talk about
lunch?
we won't talk about that. We won't talk about that. We're talking about from 4 o'clock
Okay.
on.
Okay.
I did eat.
If
I,
you eat
I did
food
eat.
before you have your afternoon coffee, it will blunt a blood sugar spike.
My issue is more breakfast
Oh,
than it
okay.
is lunch or a lack of.
Yeah.
I had an errand to run today, it was like 11 o'clock, and I had not eaten and I'd already been to the gym,
Uh-huh.
and I did stop for a protein bar. So, and it was a healthy protein bar. So just I'm trying.
Yes.
Um, so do you see yourself moving forward? Because I'm assuming as long as you've been in the fitness industry and a gym owner, you've already acknowledged you're a systems gal, and you've probably hired the right people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of self-sufficient at this point.
The
So you're
gym,
able to
yes.
you're the gym, and so you're able to
Hmm.
focus on this new love
Yes.
of
Yes.
coaching women. Do you see yourself doing more of that? Do you see
Oh,
that
yeah.
expanding? What's next?
With my coaching, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think some of your listeners can relate to this, but it's been the weirdest thing. Like I could grow the gym so easy, right? And I think maybe it's because I was always hiding but in the office, right? Like it wasn't built around me. And so with the coaching business, as for when you talk about like feeling worthy and stuff, I have to constantly evaluate where I'm at with that because there's something that as I've been building over the last 4 or 5 years, I'll do good for a little bit and then I'll get some success and then I'll go hide. I have been a hider and I know it's
Yeah.
tied into self-worth. And it's just been a series of me recognizing it because I know it when it happens and I have to push through the discomfort of being seen. I have to push through the discomfort of recording a video. Um, but I don't know. I just feel called to this. It's not about vanity or ego. I know that I have the ability to see women where they are, women that are hurting, women that need help, women that have been dismissed. I know I have that ability, and that's what God's called me to. So, who am I to say I'm not going to record a video? Like, if this is the path that I feel that God's called me to, then I need to get over myself. But I know it's tied into worth, self-worth you know? So it was easy for me to build the gym. So it's like, why is it not as easy for me to build this when it's just me?
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
it does, and I want to dig into that here in just a
Yeah.
second. But since I was just open about my, I won't call it, well, maybe it's a bad habit, my unusual coffee habit. I will
Yeah.
also say one of the primary reasons, there's two reasons why I have it late. One, my sweet spot, I work all day, but my sweet spot is like 2 to 7. That's
Mm-hmm.
when I'm really, really productive. So you can see
Oh,
how the
yeah.
coffee flows into that. But I also like to get the majority of my water in early. So
Yes.
I'm at 82 ounces already,
Oh,
and I will
wow.
have between 112 and I'm so repetitious, it's obnoxious. I will be between 112 and 116 ounces by the time I go to bed tonight.
Oh, well, that's great.
So I am trying to do the
I
hydration thing.
personally don't have a problem with an afternoon coffee because I don't like to deprive people. So, what I would say is just make sure you are nourishing your body throughout the day. That would be my advice.
I have 60. 2 ounces by noon. I'm very structured. So
No,
yeah.
like with food, like with protein.
Oh, with food. Well, yeah, that's another story. We move on.
Okay, let's go.
uh, so let's talk about this worthiness for a second.
Yes.
What was there something in your past that has planted seeds subconsciously that affects your self-worth? Was it something traumatic? Was it something repetitive? Just tell us as much or as little as you'd like to, but
Yeah,
what is it that affects your worth or
I
lack of it, I
think
should say?
it's gradual. Like, right? I don't believe it's just one instant in someone's life that makes you all of a sudden believe that you're not worthy. I think, this is my opinion, I think it is different things that happen throughout life where you take on shame and you doubt that you even belong in a room. And that when things happen throughout life, I think that is what culminates into feeling unworthy. And it's not just a single moment, but yes, there's trauma in my background. I'm the firstborn child, so you got to get it right every time or do it over again. Um, so I think without going too much into my past, yeah, definitely a lot of trauma. And then I feel like I've just had to rebuild myself in what I believe or allow God to, should I say. And I grew up in church. I did grow up in church, but I did not become a Christian until I was 26. I'm sure you see that. You're a preacher.
But you shouldn't feel bad about that.
I don't feel bad
Uh
about that.
I was 34, I was almost 35.
Oh wow. I just think it's interesting that you can who was it who said was it Billy Graham that said you could park a car in a garage but it doesn't make it a
Make you
Mercedes. Right? Is that it?
yeah, it's something like that.
But it's along the lines like you could go to church but it doesn't
But
make
it
you a
doesn't make you a
Christian.
Christian.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, one thing my husband and I we had lost a baby early on, but we'd gotten pregnant before we got married, and I'd struggled a lot with shame for that, and I got saved through that experience of losing. I was 5 months pregnant and gave birth to a stillborn.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So, but God redeemed that. But that is when I
That's
remember I called my pastor's the where I grew up, my pastor's wife, and she met me at the church, and I just felt so desperate, just desperate and alone, and I had no control over anything. And I'd been to that altar many of times in church service, but this time it was real. I remember after that, I just felt like I had like a little Jesus on my shoulder. Like, I don't know. It was just like I felt like I had this companion or this friend, and I had never, ever, ever felt that before. It was just felt so peaceful.
mm, well, he's a redeeming God, that's for
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
Um, I I'm going to take just a second
Sure.
to plug. I've never done this on this show before, but it's the perfect time to do this. My friend Christy Dees and I are teaching a class.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody listening, this is for anybody listening, because it's not just Michelle and I that struggle with unworthiness. And what it does is it affects our decision making.
Yes.
It holds us back from all that God has for us
Mm-hmm.
because we're living in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And our past does not get a vote on our present decisions. And
Mm.
so on July 20th, that's a week from this Monday, Christy and I are teaching a class on you are worthy of your next step.
Mm. That's
What
good.
it we all have a next step. God created us with dreams in our hearts, and he keeps pouring more dreams on our hearts as we continue to follow him.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but July
That sounds really
20th
good.
at 4 o'clock Central It's all over the You Are Worthy network. It's only $27. You are worthy of your next step, and we're going to show you how. Okay, I'll leave that there.
That's good.
Um, Michelle, tell folks where they can find you and learn more about the amazing work that you're doing right now.
Yeah, mainly at my website, and I'm at michellepena.co. So it's not .com, it's .co, MICHELLEPENA.co, and Instagram at michellepena.co. So that is where you can find me. And yeah, I'd appreciate the follow.
And we'll include that in the show notes as well. What would you say, Michelle? What words of encouragement would you leave the viewers with today? Specifically, that person that feels stuck, they don't feel worthy of the next
Hmm.
step. They're just convinced that where they're at is all there is. They're just surviving.
That's
What
a
would your
lie.
encouragement be? It is a
Fir-
thank you.
First of
Come on,
all, that's a lie.
preach it.
That's a lie. I think God wants to work on your behalf, but you have to let him. So even if you're believing all these lies, because it's a lie, because you are created for more and you do have
Mhm.
purpose and you're created in the image of God, but he can only use what you let him use. So you have to put one foot in front of the other. Even if you feel like an imposter, you feel like you don't know what you're doing, all you have to do is just take one or two steps, and he's going to continue to open your eyes. Not necessarily open a door, but he's going to open your eyes, and you start seeing his grace, his mercy, his direction, his leading you, the connections he connects you with. All he needs is just a little bit, he needs one or two steps, just one or two steps.
I love that. I love that. You were using the quote earlier about you know, oh now I forgot the quote that you said earlier about Billy Graham.
The Billy Graham.
Yeah,
I
tell
don't
me
know
the
if I
quote
got it
again.
right, but yeah.
Well, there's also another quote that goes like, God can't move a parked car.
Yes.
You got to give him to your point. You got to take a
Yeah.
couple of steps and he will work with that. He will direct your steps. That's scripture, right? But you got to
Hmm.
take one
You have to
for
take
him to
one.
show you the next one.
This is something I've shared with my kids. So when you're driving at night, you can't see, a mile in front of you. You can only see what's in front of you. So a lot of times we're scared to take the steps because we don't know what's going to happen. But if you really look at it from a practical perspective, when you're driving at night, your headlights light the way. That's the same way your faith is. Like you
Mm.
just have to go, and then more things will be lit up for you.
Ooh, I like that.
Woo!
I like that a lot. Your faith will be your headlights.
Your faith. Oh, we got a message.
Come see, you better take it and run with it.
But yeah, my
uh,
whole life, I don't know what I've never had anything planned out. I just follow what the desires are and I just see where they go.
so good. Michelle, I just want to thank you for
Thank,
being here today, being my special guest, being my new friend, being authentically you, being vulnerable. It's you said back very early on in the interview that the most important thing to you was to love the people God puts right in front of you, and it's
mhm.
obvious that you do that. I don't know how much you have to work on it, but I'm sure it's a challenge at times, but you seem to do that rather easily. And so just keep being you, keep making a difference. And thank you for sharing your heart with our network today. Thank you for being our guest. It's
Thank
been
you.
awesome.
Thank you.
Guys, you're worthy of love, respect, and success. Not because of anything you did, by the way. The blood of Jesus made you worthy. And your story's not over yet. Like I said at the beginning, I say it again at the end. You have amazing chapters that are coming. And I can't wait to hear about your story. Thank you for letting me be your host. I appreciate each one of you. Thank you to Michelle, our special guest. Till next time, God bless. Take care.